Hi there, I'm Jules here at the Body Retreat. So it's a new year and I'm doing the first retreat read book review of 2020. And I'm choosing a book now which is, I think it's 14 years old this year. I probably read it about 12 years ago, but I think it's still very current, and I think that it's something that a lot of women would benefit from reading, particularly at this time of year. Because the book that I'm recommending today is a book that covers two topics that the majority of women who come through the Body Retreat doors talk about. First one is about their weight and their inability to shift weight or maintain the weight that they want to be at. And the second one is about stress levels. And today's book is by a bit of a hero of mine. So this is a book, Fat Around the Middle, by Dr. Marion Glanville. I absolutely love Dr. Marion Glanville. She's one of my personal heroes, I think. She is the UK's leading expert in women's nutritional health. And she covers topics such as stress, weight management, menopause, fertility. Dr. Marion Glanville is your go-to girl for all things women's health related. This book in particular, Fat Around the Middle, explores and explains how women in particular are more prone to storing fat around the middle in relation to how stressed they are, and how stress and your reaction to stress can actually make your body store fat in a particular area. And the book gives it, the clue is in the title, Fat Around the Middle. So oftentimes we'll see ladies who particularly join us on our stress reset retreat who have got thin little arms and legs, but they have a little pot belly. And despite their best efforts of dieting, going to heavy duty classes, they cannot shift this, and it becomes a really vicious cycle for them. And that's because they're actually working against their body's biology. And Fat Around the Middle is about learning to work with your body's biochemistry. It's not a diet book. There are a few recipes in there because there is a 3-month action plan once you've kind of read through the first sort of half of the chapters, and you get an understanding about how stress can make you as a woman store more fat around the middle, how that can lead to other additional health concerns. Once you have that understanding, there's some chapters about how to test your stress levels, how to test your adrenals, how to test your gut health. And then from that, there's a 3-month action plan which focuses on foods to avoid, foods to eat more of. It focuses on movement, how to move your body in a way that doesn't add to your stress levels. It focuses very heavily on supplementation, which, as you probably know if you've seen my videos before, I'm a great believer in. If you're not testing, you're guessing. But also I do think that when it comes to testing and supplementing, that you really want to work with a nutritional professional. But I think this is a great book to get you started. And then the last part of the 4-point action plan is around tips and tools and resources to help you better manage your stress on a day-to-day level. And what's amazing about this book in particular is that it's not generic. It is very much aimed at women. There are little sections in here about menopause. There are sections about PMS and how all of those things on a biochemical level impact us as women, impact our stress reaction, and then impact how our body will either store fat or release fat. So, if you are looking into the new year and this resonates with you and you think, yes, those are my two things, I hear that. I do worry about being able to shed the weight that I want or maintain the weight that I have. And I do find myself predisposed to putting on the fat around the middle. If I'm honest with myself, struggling with managing my stress levels. And I think that these two things might be related. Fat Around the Middle, Dr. Marion Glanville. Get your hands on a copy now, because it may be 16 years old, but the research and the evidence within this book and the action plan are just as relevant today as they were 16 years ago. I hope that you enjoy this book, and it may introduce you to Dr. Marion Glanville. I hope you enjoy her books as much as I do. As ever, if you read the book and you've got any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Or if you think that there's a book that I should read and potentially give as a retreat recommend, then I'd love to hear from you too. Anyway, take care for now. Bye.